right, welcome back to the latest edition of Goal Getters. I'm your host, John, and my buddy and friend Scott will be here shortly. He's having a little bit of a, what do you call it, internet computer malfunctioning or whatever going on. So, but anyways, we got a lot today. Today is going to be a day of all NFL. Hey, Dawn. Dawn's here. Hello, Dawn. It's going to be all NFL today. Robin's here, but she's busy doing what she's doing. I think she is. Are you busy? Yeah, go ahead. Keep going what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right, good. But anyways, so it's all NFL tonight. Any questions you have, anything you want to talk about in the message board, please feel free. We'd love to answer anything or talk about whatever you want to discuss back and forth. Also, just like every show we do, you're more than welcome to join us if you ever feel like it, if you ever want to come on, and even if it's only for 15 minutes or a full hour, whatever you want to do, love to have you. But like I said, tonight is going to be all NFL. So I know that makes Scott very happy. It's funny with the NFL. Me and the NFL have hey, Chris. Me and the NFL have a weird relationship. It's definitely rocky sometimes. Like I either really like it or I hate it. And certainly not my favorite. But I mean, how the hell? You got to pay attention to it because they don't let you. How can you not? Every second, the NFL is just dominates everything. And speaking of everything NFL, my guy is here. Let me bring in Scott, my co-host and friend. Hey, Scott. What's happening?
Oh, man, sorry. Forgot passwords. I forgot my password. Well, I don't write it down. I use my daughter's Chromebook for this, and I put it in wrong a couple times and it locked me out. So I had to do the whole thing, and then I have no mouse. And a Chromebook is not as fast and smooth when you're using your finger on the little pad. It does really throw this thing. Lucky I'm even here.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm sure. By the grace of God.
You're right. And some relaxation, right? I mean, some techniques to relax because that could have been busted easily.
I have a technique. I smoke a lot of pot. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's everyone's technique now. We're allowed. I was thinking that you weren't. I didn't know you were at that. You were at Highmark Stadium the other day, right?
So let me explain very briefly.
Yeah,
I didn't want to go, and the reason I didn't want to go was I said I've seen all these bands in their prime. I don't want to see them as has-beens, and then I get left with a bad taste in my mouth after I see them if they perform, because I already knew Motley Crue was probably going to be bad.
Right.
So my brother came in from Vegas. So he's in town right now, and he's like, dude, I bought you a ticket. You got to go. And I'm like, well, he bought me a ticket. Of course, I'm going to go with him. He's in town.
Right.
So I went with him and his buddies. And it was fun. It kind of reminisced about what we used to do that. We used to, a whole bunch of us go to shows. So everybody that used to go came. So that was fun. But some bands they just got to know when to say, let our songs be done on karaoke, or a cover band does it.
Right.
I have to tell you about this.
Okay.
So we were 300 level, cheap seats. Wasn't a big deal, but my brother's buddy who was with us that came in from Vegas as well had a friend that worked there. Guy says, hey, boom, here you go, dude. Here's 4 tickets, 100 level, right in front of the suites. Right. So we have beautiful seats. Poison, awesome. Sounded exactly like they always do, but I've heard them a million times. But Motley Crue, who I loved when I was younger, to see him go out and perform like that, it was a money grab. He's terrible, dude. He at one point was not even singing words. It was like, because they got him on video, right? And I'm looking at his face, and I'm like, dude, he's not even singing the words of the song. Then, and I mean, I know they use teleprompters, but Home Sweet Home, there's hardly any words to that song. He's looking at it. He had to look at the teleprompter while he was singing. Worst part, ready? And then that was my critique. Def Leppard was unbelievable. They, to their credit, did what most singers will do if they're going to play and their voice isn't what it used to be. You change the tempo of the song, you drop it down a half step is what they generally do. That way you don't have to hit such a high note, and a lot of people won't recognize the difference other than you singing it. Which is, I don't know if they were playing it a half step slower, but they changed their vocals, and it sounded awesome.
Right.
It sounded like a mature version of it. Motley Crue, the song from their movie The Dirt, I'll tell this last bit and we can get back into sports, but dude, there's no way he was singing. Like, this was really good singing. I'd already heard him. I'm telling you, they Milli Vanilli'd it, dude.
No.
It had to have been a recording of him singing. There's just no way he sang it because he couldn't sing. And they have backup people out there, but it was his voice. So I know it was a recording. I was mad. The band was good, but when the singer comes out like that, it ruins the whole thing.
And that was the Bon Jovi thing we looked at. There's something happened that was horrible. Yeah.
He might be having throat issues. I haven't known of him being that bad like I had heard in that video. I know it's talking about a few shows. Should have canceled shows. You can't go out there and give people that's giving people their money's worth.
No, now for people that don't know, Scott's been in many bands for a long time, so he knows all this stuff.
Singer in a band in the Falls called Pleasure Vibe for about 25, 26 years.
Yeah, so you understand. So your voice.
I totally get throat issues and not being able to hit notes when you get older. You know, when your voice gets ran down.
Right.
But to go out and do that was disgusting. That to me, they shouldn't even have toured. Def Leppard and them should be. I'd have been embarrassed. They should have been the opening act. That's how bad that was.
How many people? Is it like? How does it go there at the stadium now? How many people?
3/4. So it's
3/4.
3/4 is available. I think it's about like probably the 20-yard line, maybe 25 back is all open for their pyrotechnics and all their equipment and shit.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't that packed, man. I mean, there was a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people there, but it didn't. I saw the pictures from Metallica, which I would expect it to look like that.
Right.
They probably had half of what Metallica had, but more spread out, right?
Yeah. Okay.
There was a ton of people there. But I just don't think that it wasn't that big of a turnout. It was all 80s people. Dude, I've never been to a concert where I saw more men older than me dancing by themselves and really enjoying it. Slow songs and everything. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
I can't do it. No. Me and Robin
dude, I got to take your man card. You guys got to pony that shit up right here.
Me and Robin went to see the Eagles, and it was at the arena where the Sabres play, because I don't even know what the name is anymore. And it was good. I mean, they had son was there, Glenn Fry's son. It was good. It was really good.
Oh, yeah. And they've adjusted over the years somewhat.
Yeah.
A lot of their stuff is high. And I know they try some of it.
And that it was just the people, just too much. Old people. I'm talking old though now, because these guys are 70. You know what I mean? There was 60, 70-year-olds. It was a little much.
I call that the I don't give a fuck crowd. They feel they can do whatever they want and don't give a fuck because they've lived their life now. They
pissed on my car in the ramp. They were pissing. This old woman had to be in her 70s. Me and Robin are walking up.
Some old woman was pissing on your car?
Right next to it. And I was close. I was going to pop the trunk, but she had her beer on it. And I'm like, if I pop the trunk.
I hit my fucking alarm. What do you mean? I'd have scared the hell out of her. Man,
I know. I don't even. But anyways, I'll get off it. You know, it's the NFL day. We're all NFL today. That's all we're doing.
Did you watch the games last night?
Last night, yes. I watched, which one was it? The Giants. Yeah, I watched the Giants game.
Now, if you would be smart and listen to me, I can watch all that stuff. Right. I was watching both games at the same time. I was going back and forth because they kind of overlapped a bit, didn't they?
I
know they were on two channels at the same time. I got out. Yeah, with my hookup with my satellite.
Right.
Through the thing I do, I was worried about the games. I'm golden. I'm all set. I have my own set channel that's just the games.
Just the
completely
games.
Separate. Completely a new one now. Like an NFL plus set of channels. So anybody out there, get at me. I'll help you out.
Yes.
$40 a month, man. You won't miss an NFL game all year. Regardless of what program it's on, Amazon, Apple, whatever, you won't miss nothing.
All right. Bears games all year for me then.
And let me say one more thing early on here. I don't know how many people are watching right now. Is there a lot?
Yeah, we got a good number. Yeah.
I have 2 tickets on like 32 rows up from the field to the Bills game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I
can't go. It's at 4:00. I'd like someone to take a kid. So I was trying to, I put it on Facebook because I kind of wanted someone to, this is something a kid should be able to experience. And going to a preseason game, it's not as crazy. Right. So it's probably the perfect time to take a kid to the game. Yes. So if anybody on here wants those tickets, speak up. And if you do, the first person that wants them can have them.
Yeah, that's nice. It is the time to bring a kid, to bring a little one.
They are great seats.
Yeah, they sound it.
Like they're literally, they're like 32 row ups up from the field.
There's going to be a lot of energy there, too. You know what's going to be great?
The weather's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the perfect day to go watch a football game.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't go. So.
Well, tonight, we've got – here's what I got. This is the rundown. Falcons Lions, I think, kicked off at 6, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I got it in the other room.
Okay, so they did kick off. I wasn't sure if that was the right time. The Browns, Browns, Jaguars, and they didn't do anything, so he's going to play.
If I have to jump every now and again, I've got the third wheel here. We all know how third wheels go.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, third pug, so it's ran with one of my veterinary seats through the dining room here.
Yeah, no problem. 7:30 Jets at Eagles, Cardinals at Cincy at 7:30. Also, then the Green Bay at San Francisco at 8:30. I guess we got to do this. Let's see what we got in the.
I got to bring up something about last night. Don, if you want them, you can have them. I'll give them to you. Nobody's got to pay me for them.
What do you got to bring up? What are you saying?
Oh, I wish our show would have been a day earlier, or at least they would have played this game a day later. The lock of the year. The lock of the year was yesterday.
Which one? Giants?
The Baltimore Ravens are undefeated. I can't remember how many years it is now. It might be 5 years undefeated in the preseason.
Oh.
So I was like, you know what? I'm riding with it. So I bet it.
Right. And there you go.
Like a champ, baby. I'm gonna. We can let people know. I don't know if we're gonna do something separate or not, but I'll throw some.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
John and me have a little thing. I give John the information I get.
Yeah.
We've used it to our benefit, so I will share some of it on here.
Definitely.
If you choose to bet on it, that's completely up to you. I'm not responsible if you lose, but John, we made a lot of money last year.
Yeah, we did well. We did. We did really well once I got in. Once you were telling me, holy cow!
Started, and then you with the college, yeah.
It was really
on this year.
The bowl games were, it was real good. Let me play some video real quick. Let's just play some video because but we got to talk about it. There's nothing we can do. Let me play this video.
That I believe is going to come to a head today at some point between 3:00 and 5:00 Eastern time, maybe closer to 5. At some point in that 2-hour window, I think we're going to find out what Peter Harvey has decided to do with the appeal of Deshaun Watson's 6-game suspension. And there have been indications all week long. The appeal was filed 9 days ago. The NFLPA filed their written materials a week ago. The rules require an expedited process. I said all along it's going to happen this week. I think it's going to happen today because I think it's going to be a 1-year suspension, indefinite, with Deshaun Watson being prevented from playing tonight against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the later that Peter Harvey issues his ruling, the more difficult it will be for the NFLPA to do anything about it to get him on the field tonight, because the NFLPA, I'm told, is ready to go. Ready with a court challenge, I assume. All I've been told is generally they're ready to go. I assume that's the only place they'd be ready to go.
Right. So it didn't happen. There was no, I don't know what the NFL did. Anyways, Scott, we've talked about this a lot, but now we're getting close. Here we go.
Honestly, I'm so sick of talking about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
It's been every day since it got close to the verdict.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever you call it.
I'm glad it's being talked about because I'm glad everybody it's been out there long enough, permeated throughout all the news outlets long enough where pretty much most everybody knows about it. I'm glad everybody knows this guy's a complete piece of shit. Unfortunately, I myself don't even believe he deserves a job in the NFL. It came past 5. They didn't do anything. I've been hearing it all day too, that they were going to do something. They didn't do anything. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on now. Like, I wish these networks wouldn't talk about it so much.
Well, yeah, I mean, because
camps open, we got a ton of stuff to talk about. We spent the bad weeks during the summer talking about Deshaun Watson to fill time. Now it's never ending.
But the thing is that I don't understand. And I've said this before on here, but now he said he'd accept an 8-game suspension. He said that today.
Who is he to accept anything?
And a $5 million fine, he said.
Bullshit. He needs to be done for a year. I'm sorry. I think he's going to end up getting 8, to be honest with you.
Like he wants.
I think they're going to go to court because the NFL is going to go to court with the Players Association. The Players Association. I think it's going to come around. I might even go with 10 because there's no way the NFLPA is going to let him get done for the whole year. I just don't see him doing it.
Well, the problem is, and the biggest problem is, and this goes to a whole other thing other than, I guess, the NFL, is we talked about it. What did Houston know and do. How did they, and you brought this up a long time ago, way back when we were in a different place, about the DA over there. How did this all go on?
Yeah.
The fact
sneaking and meeting with the defensive, like, I don't know how that, I can't believe that is not as a bigger story.
I don't either.
I can't believe it's not a bigger story. When they are in cahoots to not charge this guy, and then you got the cop that investigated it saying that dude needs to be charged with a crime. The woman who the detective said, like, went against couldn't believe the prosecutor didn't press charges.
Right.
That screams bullshit all over it. How they were able to do it, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it wasn't looked into and reviewed or something. I don't know how that works.
Because once the DA does that, and all that happens, and we know that the Texans gave him, non-disclosure forms. That was the biggest thing. When we heard that.
How do you do that?
So they knew something.
Tell me they didn't know nothing.
They had to.
They had to know something, dude.
Because
he was their $1 million guy. I mean, he was their guy.
And you shouldn't walk around with those. You wouldn't need to walk around with them. There'd be no
now that he's not on the team anymore, why wouldn't they open their mouths? Or maybe there's an NDA and they can't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they figured out when he left. They must have done something because they ponied up the money to those girls that were suing him like that. Like, they settled that week.
Yeah, and
then nothing's ever been talked about again about Houston. How they're skating, dude, I have no idea how they're getting out of this without getting hell, other than paying, which that's nothing to them. They'll make that money back this season tenfold.
But and the NFL, though, just letting it go. The NFL, because they go after the Dolphins, they go after whoever for tampering.
I don't know. It seems like he's just got a big,
excuse me. Yeah, but he's
got something big for the player himself, which he should.
Yeah,
but he usually goes after the teams. I don't know. Who's the owner of Houston?
Good question, and I don't know off the top of my head.
I wonder what kind of relationship they have.
Right. No,
somebody
I know.
Knows, you know what I mean? Because that shit, we know how this works. But there's 32 rich guys get in a room and they bullshit about how they, you know what I mean? How they're taking over the world and taking all the money out of our pockets. I mean, let's be real. They don't care about the people. We're just dollar signs to them. And that's why I'm glad when players get those. I wish it wasn't a player like Deshaun. I wish more players got guaranteed contracts, all that money. You know what I mean? Just so they finally get a little one on the team on the owners. Right. But of course, it has to be the worst player in the NFL to get it.
I just don't know. I mean, I guess the other thing, and you can talk to this a little. Maybe you heard something on a different podcast or stuff. Am I the only one that finds it funny that they are appealing themselves? Like, they didn't need. Why get that retired judge to make a state? Who cares about her
even irregardless of what they hammered out between themselves, in the end, it all comes back to Goodell making the final decision. They were all proud of themselves that they got this arbitrator, so they took it away from Goodell. And as soon as it came out, the one podcast I listened to, which was totally right, was like, there's no way he's going to let that fly. There's no way he's just going to let that fly. He's going to step in and say something. He's not going to let it be 6 games. There's no way.
Even what she says in her ruling says it all, that I can't believe.
Well, do you know about this new judge as well?
What?
No. His connection to Goodell? There's a connection to Goodell to this guy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, like a tight one, kind of. I mean, I'm not saying they're like brothers, but it was brought out the other day, like he's had a relationship with this guy in the past. So he knows him. So this judge is going to do what he wants him to do.
My thing is, though, when they looked at what that arbitrator said, she actually said that it was, and this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't know what the hell this means. So don't kill me for saying it, people out there, because I don't even agree with it. Non-violent sexual assault.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
What the hell are you talking about?
I didn't know it was. I didn't know there was. That's usually. That's called consensual.
I guess. Right.
What is that?
It makes no sense. What are you saying?
I know.
So
that's the dumbest statement ever. She's had been taken over through the ringer due to that statement.
Because she said enough there that I would think the DA should have. You know what I mean? When the NFL could say the evidence is there to suspend, whatever, indefinitely, and the district attorney didn't think there was, I guess that's where my bitch is, and I guess that's where everyone that cares about it should be focused more than on the NFL in a way, like more to why that district attorney allowed this to go. and then it goes back to Houston, and then it goes back to that.
Politics. It's politics in Texas. I mean, they're so.
It's got to be. That's where you head.
It is, and it's politics. I mean, the prosecutors aren't they? Those are all elected.
Just like here, yeah.
So it's politics, man. It's what it always comes down to. Isn't it unbelievable, dude? The shit that people are able to get away with.
Yes.
Just because of this shit right here.
Constantly.
That's all it ever is about.
Yes, and that is what I've been noticing, and different things that I do is that. And I hate to say, well, no, I'm going to say it. I believe this, and it's a shame because growing up, you thought differently. The judicial system is really only for that. Those with the money.
Absolutely. It's
whether
for
you're
rich. All you have to do is look at the sentencing by people.
And that's it. Whether you're a wealthy victim or you're a wealthy criminal, on the other side, the criminal, either way, you're going to get if you're a victim and you're wealthy, the court case will go quickly.
I was going to say there's a better chance than not that your life is not going to have a hiccup in it due to that.
Yeah.
Due to you being white and wealthy, odds are, dude, you'll probably get an ACD and get off with as in 6 months if you don't get in any trouble. All that money that you crimed out of those people with your Wall Street firm, we'll let you go. You'll be all good. You're a good guy.
If you have the green, if you have the money, man, it's over. And I'm watching it. It's disgusting.
I know you stole all that money, but you were a great philanthropist. I mean, gosh.
Right. You know what I mean? That's the other thing, though, that I'm learning, too. Watch these people. Look it. You guys out there.
Is that what you're talking about?
Out there. We live in Western New York. Actually, Niagara Falls, New York, but Buffalo, whatever. You see him with his stuff. I even my Leaf stuff.
We're the armpit of Buffalo, really.
Yeah, we're worse. But even where I live, I see it. Check the people that will say how much they're doing and giving back to people. It's sad, but you almost have to look at that because I notice that that's always a smoke. It's sad, but it's like a smoke screen. I hate to say that. Robin, do you have any questions about Deshaun Watson, by the way, before I move on, if I move on?
I do not.
Or the Browns?
I do not.
All right, fine. Because Robin's got a bunch of questions, but I just wanted to see where
I got to say, man, when this all is done, I would really love to find out who was the pioneer of the driving force behind getting this dude.
I know. Me too. Why?
There's no way it was Stefanski, dude. I honestly feel bad for the dude. I mean, I don't know how much he was involved with it.
Right.
From his previous stints, I don't know the guy at all. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that wants a rapist as his quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably been forced on him, just like the whole team's. I mean, we'll find out who was that.
What didn't they know? Like what? I was talking about my son earlier. Like, I just don't get it.
So if they found out new stuff when it all came out after he had talked to the Browns, what's worse?
Yeah, right.
Is it worse if he lied to them and they don't say anything about it? Or is it worse that he told them and they knew everything?
Right. Well, you know what? Let's go to a football part of it. Now, let's say he does go look, if they suspended the first 6 games, by looking at that schedule, I think they could win 4, even with Brissett. And then
due to Chubb,
yeah, and the defense and the whole deal.
They got a game manager. Well, they got whatchamacallit as their quarterback, and he'll
be fine. Yeah.
I mean, he was a starter for Indy.
If he goes to 8, it'll be the bye week. He'll come back. If it's a full season, Garoppolo's got to be ready to be there. He's got to want to play there.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
If you're Jimmy G, would you really do that?
Me?
Would you thrust yourself into that shit situation?
But you can win.
You're only going to get a 1-year contract.
Right.
Odds are next year you're probably getting to the point where you're not going to have a starting gig anymore, man.
It depends.
If I was him, which I don't think he's going to. I guess the 49ers won't deal him to Seattle. That's the word. I'm hearing that they will not send him to Seattle because they don't want to see him. I think they'd have to play him week 1, I believe.
I think so.
So I guess Seattle's out of the question. So that'd be the only place. I don't know where else he would go. But if I was Jimmy G, I think I'd wait, man. I don't think I'd want to be connected to that at all. At all. Really. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would want to get into that situation. We'll see when he talks, but I think he's got a little bit more. I don't think it's all about the money for Jimmy G, I guess I'd say.
I think, though, if he went there with the talent around him, if this guy's gone for the year, not that he's going to come back in 8 days. I would never do that. Like, if he's going to be only suspended, if he's gone for a full season, I mean, he comes and becomes this. I mean, he's the guy that comes and win. He could win.
But yeah, but there's no safety net behind it. You're only 1 year and that's it. And you're risking injury without a contract to fall back on the next year. I don't know. I don't think he'd do it.
He might not get one though anywhere. I can't see where he would.
Why wouldn't he, dude? He always wins.
I know, but why would he go? If he goes to Seattle, he's not winning. Or if he goes to, a bad team, it's going to be tough. He might get knocked out.
The dude's a great game man. He's like a Trent Dilfer, right? Like what Trent Dilfer was for Baltimore. All they wanted him to do was, dude, don't give the ball away. The defense will do everything for you. We got a great running back. Do you know what I mean? That's who he reminds me of. Jimmy G is that kind of guy, and he's good at it. So if you got a good team out there, which Baltimore or the Browns do, but man, I don't know if I'd want to put myself in that. Do you really think he got a Super Bowl roster over there?
But who in Cleveland?
Do you think the Browns are a Super Bowl roster?
It could be. The defense is awfully good, along with a running game.
Hasn't had its shit together for a few years, and you've got an entirely new system again, right? Don't they have a new system this year?
I think.
Well, it'd be like for most of the guys that are over there because the quarterback's gone. But I don't know if they got a new offensive coordinator. I don't think they do.
I think they could win their division. I think they could beat Cincinnati.
He'd be the easiest one to bring in because he's a game manager type guy. So he doesn't need the elaborate schemes and all that shit. He's not going to be using that stuff for the most part.
Because I don't think you're right, but I don't think he goes anywhere and gets a deal. Like, I think he's going to play 1 year wherever he goes.
I think somebody's going to get hurt and he's going to get paid. Depends on how much money Cleveland offers him, I guess. I would say, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to go into that position with Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah, I just would. Just the stink of that whole scene. Why do I want to go there and elevate that piece of shit team for what they just did? So that's the way I look at it. I don't know if Jimmy G looks at it that way, but I would think some people have to.
Right. Yeah. Well, Robin.
I feel bad for the players.
I think we have a Robin question. Hold on. I got to bring up the thing. Hold on a minute. There you go. Robin's question.
Well, we're on the subject of Jimmy G. What do you guys think as far as the 49ers getting rid of him? Do you think that was the right decision, or do you think that they should have let Trey Lance develop a little further and let Jimmy G run the team this year?
I don't think they could. I just don't think it could have had. I don't know.
You know what it is teams. If you're leaving a guy for a second year on the bench like that, people are going to start asking questions. After one season, a rookie should be ready. Back in the day, they like Aaron Rodgers got 2 years. Yeah. That now it's looked at as much as it would be a benefit to him to do that. They just don't have the patience anymore for these guys. They don't let them sit for that long like they normally used to. Like, when you would draft a quarterback, he's probably not going to start till year 3.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now it's shit. You're starting by week 6, dude. If you're not starting day 1, if he's in a good situation, 2 years would be great. But I think people start saying, I think with social media and the way the world is today, you'd never be able to get by with that because people would start. Their narratives would get thrown out there. People would drum bullshit up. Fake stuff. That's all they got to do is say, "Oh, they don't have any. They've lost faith in him." And could you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. No doubt about it.
I think he'd benefit. I think most of these guys would benefit massively by being on the bench for 2 years.
Why don't we do this?
Go and other shit too.
Real quick, let's take our break. We're halfway home.
Oh wow,
we got a lot more to talk about.
Much time on that piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. We got to talk about Roquan. We're going to talk about what's his name, Kareem Hunt, and then we're going to get into fantasy stuff and some other things. Cool. But let's take a quick break.
What fantasy are we doing? Running backs?
Wide receivers this week.
Okay. Just so I'm prepared.
Yeah. Be back in, let me see here, in a moment. right, we're back. Thank you to our sponsors, and we got a nice new sponsor there too, making bracelets.
Yes.
Gabriella.
Yep, and she does earrings.
She does earrings and bracelets and all that. Looks good.
Awesome.
Check it out on Facebook. All right, let's talk about Roquan Smith, 25 years old, middle linebacker of the Bears. He's in a final year of his rookie deal. He's owed $9.7 million this year, I guess, base salary. Highest paid linebacker. Well, he's kind of going after Shaq Lawson. Yeah, Shaq Leonard's. I guess it's his new name, Shaq Leonard's. Money is what he's kind of wanting. He wants like $20 million over 5 years. I got to tell you, it's just not. When the Bears drafted him 8th, I think. When did Allen get drafted? Did he get drafted 7th? I can't remember. Was he 7th overall?
I think 7th or 8th.
Okay, well, the Bears had the next pick, and they took Roquan Smith right after Allen. And that was dumb because they took a middle. Why are you taking a middle linebacker? Because you know who gets paid now, right? It's quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive
By the way,
tackles.
I'm just looking at his information. I'm completely listening to what you're saying. I'm looking Roquan Smith up right now.
Offensive tackles, not linebackers, edge rushers, and corners. They get paid. The other ones, unfortunately, really don't, and it's not like that anymore.
Linebackers do, depending. Some
Good.
do.
Not usually edge.
It depends on what kind of a playmaker you are. I mean, I'm talking about the playmakers.
And it would have to, who, I guess the two we mentioned, the Wagner and right.
It's a rarity because they're not as dependent on as like the edge rusher is, and you know what I mean. I know they're kind of like the captains of the defense. I know they call out stuff to players, stuff like that, but look at what's his name, Tremaine Edmonds with Buffalo. They didn't take his 5th year this year. Right. They didn't give him an extension or anything like that. But Roquan's a little bit better than Tremaine Edmonds is. I mean,
Roquan's awfully good.
I don't understand why Chicago would want to. If you're rebuilding, which is supposedly what you're doing, that guy's not that old.
He's not worth the money.
Why would you? He's just not worth the money.
Not 5 years, not $100 million. No,
okay, I know he's coming in at that, but you've got to be able to negotiate something.
He's his own agent, which is a problem here. And
I always got problems when they're their own agents.
And it's just this is the first time. The last regime there with Pace and Nagy drafted him, and it was terrible. The top 10 shouldn't have been drafted. You don't draft a middle linebacker. This was another
bad draft move by them.
Yeah, this is another one.
Why? Where did people have him at?
He was there, but my point is, you just don't, not in the top 10, but the thing that sucks is he's very athletic. He is. He's very athletic. They have
a huge need for linebacker?
The Bears?
Yeah, at that time?
No, not really. They had Danny Trevathan back then and some other older guys. And the problem with that.
They had bigger glaring needs other than that.
Was they thought they were going to win. They didn't think they were going to win. They just wanted to be 8-8 and make the playoffs. That was it. So that was them. But at this point, I don't want to give anyone anything at all other than hoping that Justin Fields makes it, and because you need it. You need him. Roquan needs to go somewhere that's maybe a good team. Maybe a good team around him. He has only committed. He's only forced.
I just read that he's got someone reaching out to teams for him to solicit a trade offer.
Can he do that?
He doesn't know what he's doing, dude.
Isn't that tampering?
I don't know.
What the hell is he doing? This is bullshit. He's on a contract. He's going to. They took him off the PUP list, and he won't practice.
It says, this is NBC Sports, someone is calling teams on behalf of Roquan Smith to solicit trade interest. Was he going to get himself suspended?
Maybe. Because he's doing that. He's out of control. I think, I guess my point is this. Pro Football Focus, that whole thing.
By the way, it could be someone scamming people or something. I don't know, because it says person claiming to rep Roquan Smith, which we know he's his own representation. So
right.
I digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Let me find this stuff. Pro Football Focus, they do all that. They compare players. They break it all down. They had that. They had a comparison between him And I'm always say Shaq, whatever I can't stand his name's changed. Robin, tell me his name again. Shaq what? Not Floyd. What are you talking about? Why did I ask you that?
Or Leonard.
Leonard. Anyways, sorry.
Oh, you know what screwed me up is you were calling him Shaq Leonard.
Yeah, because he changed his name.
Well, he said that's the name he's always been known by.
Right.
That's what everybody calls him back at his home, but that's why he changed it. But I digress.
As you can see, at Pro Football Focus, something that everyone goes by, Roquan just isn't in the same category as guys like that. If you go by Pro Football Focus, which is something I think a lot of people do, the problem with Roquan is he doesn't create turnovers. He's had one in his career,
Really?
I believe. One.
Okay.
I think he's forced one fumble or something crazy.
How many times he been in the playoff or to the how many times he been in the Pro Bowl?
I think I wrote that down. Hold on. I think it might be 3, 2.
Has he been recognized as an All-Pro?
No. I think only Robin. Do you remember that? I think once.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think everyone was mad the one year that he wasn't.
Right.
And maybe that's the case. There was one year that he wasn't.
Why is that?
Why he wasn't?
Why was everybody mad that he wasn't?
Just because he's athletic. He's just athletic. He's good. He's a young.
Now we just give them the trophy because they're athletic. They don't have.
Yeah,
to
he goes sideline to sideline. He is good. You put him on Buffalo. You put him on the Rams. You throw him over to Miami. You throw him. Oh my God, he could be perfect.
So what's holding him back in the Bears? The regime?
No,
well, he's got a new coach there now. So
what's holding him back is the money. I don't want him to. Is the money you're not giving? They don't want to give him that next year.
So they don't want to create him to be the anchor to build around on their defense.
No.
Well, then you got to get rid of him then. If he's not worth it, then don't waste your time in his. Get rid of him.
Scott, this is the total reboot of all time. And the Bears
have been for a trade at the wrong time, though, man. Like, nobody's going to be everybody's solidified. No one's going to, unless he's some glaring talent that they really desperately need, he's not going to get what he wants. He's not going to get that.
I don't even know where he would. I don't even know.
If there's an injury and somebody's desperate, then you obviously take advantage of that. But other than that, I don't see him getting that kind of money. Is he sitting out?
Yeah, he hasn't.
What they say, they're going to fine him. How much they fining him? I heard it's
he was on the physically unable to perform list, and then they took him off. And
isn't he getting hit with like $50,000 a day or something? They were going to hit him with. I know it was a lot of money.
It was a lot. But let me see here. Which the Bears don't have to pay him if he doesn't practice. Okay. Here's the teams by interested, allegedly, and we got this from somewhere. Who knows where the hell?
I was going to say I haven't even seen an interest list.
Cowboys, Panthers, Patriots, Browns, Broncos, Chargers, Dolphins. I mean, that's just, yeah, of course. I mean, the bill. Anybody that's because no other team would want. Like Seattle's not going to want to bring him in. Why would you?
Well, they're rebuilding anyway, and he's doing this at the wrong time. He's not reading the room, man. That's because he's his own agent.
I think so. I think he should. Why. I mean, they offered him I think they were going to pay him at $15 million a year. I think was his offer to him.
Then if he wants to buck up and they don't want to keep him, take a 1-year contract. Well, he's on a final year of his contract right now. Well, then sorry, dude. Tell him okay. Finish your season and move on, pal.
Yeah, that's it.
Because if it creates too much of a bullshit disturbance, teams will start shying away. That would possibly be interested. He needs somebody to advise him better than what he's getting advised right now.
I agree, and the Bears right now can't and won't, and I'm very happy finally. Through the years, they have given huge contracts to guys. I can name them all: Lewis Tillman, all the way, everybody, and it's garbage. And they end up being 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 9-7. This is it. Finally, just stink and don't worry about it. Just try to help Fields along, and that's it.
I wish they would have bolstered that receiving core more. I've never seen a team with a young quarterback like that not make crazy, at least one.
And I'm glad
to try to help the guy out. They've done nothing to help that guy.
Christian Kirk, you couldn't get. I wouldn't want him at that price. That
he's not a big play wide receiver, man.
I don't want him. No,
the reason I know I've had him in fantasy twice.
Yeah, okay? Right.
Like 2 times, I said I'm never drafting that guy because he might have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in a game, and then he doesn't do shit for 3 weeks.
Right.
He's not a dependable guy, man.
Now, let's go to another player, and this is a guy I think the Buffalo Bills could be interested in. Kareem Hunt.
No way.
What do you mean?
I guarantee you they wouldn't even sniff Kareem Hunt. I'll tell you why when you're done.
All right, he's final season of a 2-year, pretty cheap deal, $6 million a year. He returned to team drills or whatever. He's the 1B. He's only wanting $6 million a year. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean,
put his hands on a woman.
Put his
hands on a woman. Put his hands on a woman. He'll never be a Buffalo Bill.
Why is that? What do you mean? They've had hands on women all the time in Buffalo.
I'm saying this is just recently, dude. A couple years ago.
Oh, you mean? What do you mean?
Kareem
you mean
Hunt.
this?
Kareem
No,
Hunt?
I know that, but why is Buffalo any different than anyone else? You talking about this new regime?
It's just the way that they bring guys in. They're not going to want a guy like that there. People that make noise like that, and the person that Kareem Hunt is, first off, from what I hear, Cook is not going to be a third down running back for us.
What's he going to do?
He looks good in camp.
He looks good?
Yeah. So they have no need for that anyway right now. But
here's a team that could. Maybe the Rams.
I think that's going to hurt him, that whole domestic violence thing, because the people are going to they're going to drum it up on him everywhere every time. I've already heard it. That's the only reason I'm bringing. I've already heard it.
And you know what?
He doesn't have a lot of miles on them tires either. So that's somebody might pay him, dude. But nobody likes to pay running backs anymore, John. He's not going to get any money.
He's talking $6 million a year. That's cheap.
Is he worth $6 million a year? I don't know.
Not even that old.
Somebody. But is there who's in a
Go back
need?
to Kansas City.
Who's in a need for him right now?
I think the Chiefs could use him. I think the Rams could use him.
I don't know if he'd go back. No, the Rams could. They could use another running back.
I mean,
what you call it? Aiken, right? Either starter.
There's bad teams. I mean, Chicago.
Who's the starter for Los Angeles? Is it Aiken?
Yeah.
Okay, is Hunt going to want to be a backup?
Yeah, good question. Well, where can't he be a backup? The Falcons. The Falcons, he wouldn't be. He'd start in Atlanta.
Well, yeah, they don't even have a running back. Isn't Cordero Patterson the running back right now?
Yeah.
How is it? What's that? What's up with that?
That's been crazy, hasn't
it? Is that what they're going to roll with this year? They didn't roll like that last year, did they?
Yeah. Well,
he was the running back last year.
Remember, it started with Mike Davis, and he was going to be the guy, and then Patterson took it. From Mike Davis.
That's going to end badly.
Yeah, he's
too big to be a running back, dude.
He looks good sometimes.
He's fast and quick, but he's just too tall. He's a fucking wide receiver. He's not short and shifty. He's too big.
He's a good kick returner for sure.
Oh, he's a phenomenal returner. I mean, Cordero Patterson, he's phenomenal. I love the guy. But
not that great of a receiver, but a good returner.
If they put him in a running back all the time, though, dude, he's gonna get. It's gonna end badly at some point. He's too big.
And he's upright. He runs straight up.
You know what I mean? I don't mean what I'm saying. Right? He's too tall.
And he runs straight. That usually gets their back.
And he runs. That's what I mean. Like that, and that gives the appearance of making him seem so big because he runs straight up like that. Right? Somebody to clean his clock, dude.
I remember that. It was an old Chicago Bear. There's an old Chicago Bear, and I don't know if you remember him, fullback Brad Muster. I'll never forget him. He was great.
I remember Brad Muster.
He ran upright, and his back just blew out. And I
don't know why guys do that, dude.
Yeah.
So you're putting yourself right out there to get murdered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody coming 20 miles an hour across the field, and you're just they already know that you're going to be straight up. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised he hasn't had more injuries. But
Kareem Hunt, I mean, I guess the Bears don't need him because I think they're fine. They got a Kareem Hunt already in that.
Why is he doing this right now? Like some of these guys' timing is just impeccable. Like, why is he choosing to do it now?
That's a good question. He didn't hold out.
Right. Something happened. I just want to.
They don't even really need him in Cleveland. I mean, there's enough depth, I think, there behind Chubb. Like, they don't really. I mean, does he really?
Anything, he probably takes away from Chubb being there. Him being there.
But does he really want to go to Atlanta? He goes to Atlanta. That's not a good spot. He won't. I can't even. New Orleans, maybe. I mean, with Kamara out for a while,
that honestly would be a good idea.
Maybe I don't know.
He would be a very, very good backup running back because he's similar to Kamara as far as catching balls out of the backfield.
I think he would be. If it wasn't for the thing you're saying, I think Buffalo, he'd be perfect. I
love him as a running back. I think he's extremely good. I just don't think they'd be willing to take. Dude, they would get called out on that immediately.
And I don't know why. And I don't know why, because you go through the years, Buffalo's had their guys that have been So I mean, I don't know why all of a sudden. Here's the problem with the NFL and people calling people out. I don't know why you're calling them out. It's the way it is. You get my point. I hate it. You know how I feel about all this stuff.
I know.
What am I supposed to do? And what am I going to do? It's like the people that were jumping up and down about these guys kneeling or going to the locker room. You still watched. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, like, yeah, dude, every person that said I'll never watch football again was watching at least within 2 weeks.
Right. No, I know. But I'm saying it's the same thing with this. They're all still
I get what
watching.
you're saying.
No one stops.
But because of social media and people being able to put it in the fucking banner when it happens, you sign them, they're going to start saying, oh, no, you're going to start signing questionably character fucking guys. That's it. It happens, John. You know what will happen? It absolutely happens. Because I've already heard them talk about his domestic violence charge since he's been talking about this. So I already said that it's going to get plastered immediately. Plus, they wouldn't sign Hunt anyway for a very, very, very good reason. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
Because they got to have money, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're going to sign OBJ.
Oh, jeez. When? Week 6? Week 8?
They're going to sign him, dude. I really think they're going to. I think that they're going to end up signing him. I think they've already maybe even have a what's up through Von Miller going on. Von Miller's trying really hard to get him there, dude. Diggs has already said he'd want him there.
Well, sure. Why? What they got?
Other guys, I know, but they've come out and said it. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I would love to see it. I think OBJ is a phenomenal wideout who got painted in a pretty bad light that seems to be false. Yeah. Cleveland, you could kind of know where that came from. I mean, that was the Baker people, you know?
But
he gets stuck in some shitty situations too.
He's also a pain in the ass, though. Look what he did with Baker Mayfield and the whole thing with the father. And he's a little bit of a,
I get that.
He's a problem. I think
there might have been a few things underlying that made it all bubble up, and the dad did. I'm not cool with that. I don't like that the dad did that. I don't ever like that shit. But I don't know, man. I mean, he went to the Rams, and is it just that when he cures everything, like we always say?
Yeah.
Because when he was with the Giants, they were losing.
Right. Yeah.
Winning seems to cure it, but winning cures
everything.
It
always does. But you know what?
If Kareem Hunt came to the Bills and they won the Super Bowl, they might give him your brother might give him.
But the NFL better just. I'm going to tell you this about the NFL and the disgrace that the NFL is. Lawrence Taylor is on TV and they act like he is the. And you know what he did? So, I mean, what he did with that 15-year-old girl in the hotel.
I can't even believe that guy gets screen time.
Yep. So they choose who they want to.
Sure.
Who they want to go after.
Money, John.
Yeah.
It is all about the money, dude.
Oh, well, Karl Malone in the NBA, my God. How the hell they ever put him on the screen?
He's the mailman, all right.
Yeah, I think he had kids with his own daughter. I mean,
he's the mailman. He was sending it all across the United States, baby.
Yeah, to his own relatives. And children.
What?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
What do you speak of? I did not know this.
Yeah, go look it up.
We don't have to get into it on here. I will.
Yeah, no, look it up.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Questions, Robin. Let's go with some questions. What do you got? Give us some good ones here. Hold on. Let me get your thing up. All right, go ahead.
All right. Who do you guys think is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL?
Good question. Most underrated quarterback in the NFL. It's got to be Carr, I guess. I might go with him a little bit.
Good. That was good. I wasn't thinking of him, but I would say David Carr.
He's put up with a lot of shit.
You know who he reminds me of, dude? Jake Plummer.
A better version.
A better version of him.
Yeah.
Totally reminds me of the way he plays the game. I like David Carr. I really like watching him play.
I'm trying to think of who else might be. I mean, it's possible Baker Mayfield could be. I mean, I don't know though with him. He annoys. Can he be as good as Jimmy Garoppolo? Maybe.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is Case Keenum that terrible? And I'm not saying because he's on the Bills, because I've watched him on other teams. Why does that guy how is he not able to hold on to a starting gig? Is he that bad?
I guess he just doesn't. Yeah. I mean, it's like that Trevor Siemian guy.
Or is he more like a game manager, like a Jimmy G type of a guy? Because I remember he had that awesome season, and then
something's up because and they try. I mean, think about it, though. He gets an opportunity.
He gets opportunities. I know.
And then they fail, and then that's it. I mean, I remember Trevor Siemian, another guy. He got his opportunity with the Browns, and then he looked good, and then it just doesn't. Drew Lock is
there's
the
a lot
same
of guys
guy.
that you're like, holy shit, how did that guy not succeed?
Yeah, I mean it's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick thing.
I
think.
wonder what it is that happens when these guys transition from college to the NFL. That these phenomenal college quarterbacks, is it so much so just the players
Speed.
that are on the team, or is
think
it
so.
really just the speed? Because
I think so.
But how is it that guys that are like an 8th round draft pick catch on so much better sometimes than a 1st round pick?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I wonder what it is in that transition of moving into the NFL that screws some of these guys up so much that are so good.
I know.
Dude, what has happened to Sam Darnold?
And I know. And you know what?
Could you even ever have imagined that his season in the his years in the NFL would be like this?
I don't know if it's, think about it though. Everyone talks about what did they do for him in New York? I mean, at the time, he was with a pretty shitty team. And
I'm trying to think of whoever they added to the team when he was
not
there.
really nothing. I mean, he was kind of hung out to dry. Now he goes to Carolina. There's nothing there. I don't know
He's
if
not,
we ever know.
dude, Baker's already been named a starter.
Yeah, so we don't even know if he'll ever could be good. We never know. You would never know with him.
He's like a guy I question. I'm like, he was so good. I mean, I was begging Buffalo to draft him. Dude, I was thinking Buffalo should have taken Josh Rosen because I didn't know shit about Josh Allen. I didn't know anything about Josh Allen.
Another one, though, Matt Leinart. We go down the list. These guys were great in college.
I think, another one like Matt Leinart. Matt Leinart was more of the system.
He was good, though.
Obviously.
He was unbelievable.
He was good, but it had to be because USC was churning him out for a couple of years.
Him and Vince Young, that one. Yeah, I know. Him and Vince Young.
Leinart, you had went to the Jets.
Yeah, you had Sanchez.
Yeah, who I thought was really going to be good because everybody thought he was going to be the next, Joe Namath because he was out there.
The AFC Championship.
Well, I remember that. And then everything just fell apart after that. Couldn't understand
that nitwit coach he had, Rex Ryan and all that.
So how much is it the player or the head coach? Do you know what I mean? That screws some of these good guys because Sanchez was successful.
Yeah.
I always wonder what happened.
I do too. I'd love to know.
What happened down that road that makes these guys turn to shit so fast?
I would love to know that. I would love to hear. I hope someday someone will tell. You know what I mean? Like Sanchez, somebody in the
hey, you know what? I don't know. He never gets into it, but I would really love to know what happened to Jamarcus Russell. Did he just not give a shit because he got his money? I mean, he claimed that he was happy. He said, I should be the biggest bust. When you Google the biggest bust, my face should show up or whatever he said about being a bust.
Look at the guy from and he sadly passed away. I mean, Dwayne Haskins came out of Ohio State. You couldn't have had anything better. And sadly, he had to pass away. So I'd love to have seen how that would have continued for him. But he was at a third string position. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. I just don't understand these guys that are so good at it in college. Why doesn't it transfer over into the NFL? Buffalo's quarterback coach.
Yeah, right.
He's a fucking great college quarterback.
Yeah.
Where did he go to? Did he? Was he on the Browns? The Browns had a pretty good run of first-round quarterbacks for a while that they destroyed. I don't remember either, but I remember he was great in college. But Dorsey. Where did he go? I don't remember where he went.
He might have been a Brown. I think he was.
I think he was, dude. Right. I think he was.
At some point, whether he was drafted or he ended up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Because he kind of floated for a while as a backup.
Another question for us before we move on.
Yeah. Does Patrick Mahomes have to be better this year for the Chiefs to win in the AFC?
I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got a rookie wide receiver there. He's got to make up for that rookie's mistakes.
I think
so many. You know what I mean? He's got to make up the shortcomings of that kid because his wide receiver core took a major hit. So he does have to be better. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore. So all that yardage Tyreek used to get for him is gone.
He's just got to be what he was and not what he turned into for a little bit there. You know what I mean? Where he turned into
the first season.
Yeah, where he fell in love with his arm with the flipping and the side shot and
he's just got into preseason, dude.
Just go back to the way you were, or else it'll be tough. It'll be tough because, everyone catches up. You know what I mean to them.
Yeah, for sure. They've got.
I would imagine him and Andy Reid will
as well.
I imagine Andy Reid and them will. I like Andy Reid a lot. I think I make fun of him, but
I think Mahomes got to have a better year this year than he did last year.
I do too.
Just due to the shortcomings of his team, He's going to have to step. He needs to step up this year if they want to compete again and go as far as they did last year.
Robin, more? Give us another one.
Do you guys think that Tua will be the Dolphins' long-term starter?
I'm going to answer for you. Yes. I think the guy is – I watched him at Alabama play against the toughest competition. It wasn't like he's playing against the top guys. Every top – he was – it makes no sense. And once you get rid of that
But what
Brian
I just said,
Flores,
John, we don't know what happens in that transition for some
well, we do with him a little, right? Brian Flores, we know a little bit with what Flores did to him.
Yeah, true.
We know a little. So this is it. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be fine.
Good too. I think the thing that might hurt him is the microscope that's on him.
Yeah, they got to.
It's unfair to him. Every mistake he makes is going to get magnified by 10 just because the narrative's already in place that he's not good. You know?
And I think I've always thought he was good. Because
he's good. But I actually went back on YouTube and watched some of his stuff. Dude, he's really good. That's why I said, I don't understand what happens to some of these guys when they transition over, that they lose things. I know speed's a big difference because I watch college and I'm just like, oh my God, after watching the NFL for all these years, I try to watch a college game and I'm eating paper. I'm going, Jesus Christ, you're going so slow. I could catch you.
Right.
Mind you, they're way faster on the field, I'm sure, but it just looks so slow.
Flores, though, was a big problem. It had to be. He didn't want him. He wanted Deshaun Watson, and he said it publicly. And
That's not going to help any quarterback.
And they mocked, and it was just ridiculous. And they put Ryan Fitzpatrick in there for no reason, and it just stupid.
Hey, Mike Zimmer didn't want Kirk Cousins.
Right.
How did Kirk Cousins fare?
Yeah.
What, 8? Like,
yeah. That guy, the guy they drafted might get cut. Kellen Mond or whatever his name is. I heard he might be gone. That's a shame. Robin, how about another one before we go on to something else? Give us a good one here.
All right. Who is the most important Cowboys player not named Dak?
CeeDee Lamb?
Probably Lamb. I might, yeah. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, because I think their offensive line is so good. I think the running game will be fine. Probably CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, because of all the injuries too.
Pollard's only going to be more this year. I think he's gonna upend Zeke, to be honest with you.
They talked about playing him, I told you, a slot receiver now because of all the injuries. Maybe putting
these gadget guys are going to be a new thing coming out of college. Watch.
Well, play him like Tariq Hill, maybe. I don't know. Possible. He's so fast.
He's so fast, dude. You got to take advantage of it while he's uninjured and young and cheap.
I got to ask. Go ahead.
So you think it would be somebody that would be a Cowboys offensive player as opposed to somebody like Micah Parsons?
Yes. Yeah.
For sure.
I think Parsons is fine. I mean, I think he's
plus the Dallas's loss. I mean, they lost Amari Cooper.
He'll do what he's got to do. Yeah, I mean, that defense is tough.
So CeeDee Lamb's got to take another step up this year now, which he should.
With nobody. And with no one with him. And he's missing people.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's CeeDee Lamb, man.
Before we go to wide receivers, Robin, do you have a question about Trubisky? Before I make a statement. I have to make a statement. Go ahead, Robin.
All right.
I have to. It's unfair. Go ahead.
Is Mitch Trubisky the perfect bridge quarterback for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? As a bridge, for sure.
I'm going to make this. I think
he's using this as another jumping platform. He doesn't expect to stay in Pittsburgh for too long.
Someone asked me and sent me a message on Facebook about my anger towards Trubisky, and I started getting into it with him. It's not Trubisky. I was angry. I said in the beginning when he got drafted second overall that the Bears put him in a horrible position. He didn't deserve it. He shouldn't be second overall.
You always said
outrageous. They put pressure all on him. He should have been later in the. So that was unfair. I made more than enough, not just excuses, but I thought that were facts that were kind of unfair to him. I thought it was time for him to go from Chicago. It was fine by me. He got hurt. I don't think he's ever been the same since he had his shoulder injury and a little bit of the hip injury. He doesn't run enough, which makes him not what he was that one year. But anyways, so no, I don't. I actually want him to do. The worst thing that happened was them getting to Buffalo, because when he got to Buffalo, like I told you last week, Scott, it wasn't you morons telling me how good he is. is if I don't know what I've seen all these years with him, just as much as they have. They're not scouts, so they don't know shit either. And they haven't even watched his games. So don't tell me he's good. He's not. He's fine. He's okay. He's Trevor Siemian.
Quarterback.
He's what's his name? He's who you just talked about.
Jimmy G.
No. He's the guy that's backing up the field right now.
Case Keenum.
That's him. He's never going to be Trent Dilfer. He ain't winning shit. He won't do nothing. But he is what he is.
He is a great bridge quarterback.
The problem is when he came here. I'm in Western. When they came here, and I like the Bears, I usually don't get into the Bills shit because they don't bother me. I'm in the NFC North. I could care less what they do. As long as everyone shuts up. Except today when I went to Sam's Club, by the way. I got to tell you this. I wish I'd had my camera take a picture. There was a man, grown man, and he was fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He was a normal person.
Okay.
He had on a Bills jersey that said Van Halen on the back. He had on a helmet with the visor so he didn't get his eyes poked. And he's shopping. He had.
Dude, I know who that is. I know who he is.
Yeah, well,
that's Sammy Van Halen.
He almost got face masked today when I was shopping because I'm
Did he have
doing
long hair? Did he have long hair?
Yeah.
He drives a.
But he had it in a ponytail.
Dude, he's that's what's his name? What the hell is he called? Is it Sammy Van Hagar or Sammy Van Halen?
Yes.
I think he goes by Sammy Van Halen or something like that. He's a lunatic, John.
He was in the store.
You're better off to just keep walking, John.
I did. I kept walking until he started yelling at me because I had a Maple Leaf hat on. And then I turned to him and I go, you're wearing a visor so you don't get your eyes pulled. Here at Sam's Club. And then he
had a visor in the helmet?
Yes. And it was the one that was mirrored so you couldn't see his eyes.
And then NFL helmet he had on his head.
He had a real helmet, real Bills helmet. And then on his hip, he had some kind of musical apparatus that was playing foreigner music.
He's not. Yeah, he's an 80s guy, dude. Yeah.
And then I was standing there,
awesome. Jason. I wish I would have seen him.
I wish I'd have took a picture. You know Jason Johnson? Do you remember him?
Take a picture of this guy.
You know Jason Johnson, right?
Yes.
He was there. He happened to be at Sam's Club with me, so we ran it. We see him, and it was. You know what I'm saying? So he'll tell you he was. I never seen this before in my life, and that's it, man. He thinks Trubisky's good. There's the perfect example. It's him. He is the guy. I should have took a picture.
John.
And I could have put him up on the screen.
Any grown man walking around in August with a helmet on with a visor.
Anytime.
It's obviously not all there, pal.
What about the idiot that dresses like there's a bunch of morons that dress
I know
up.
the guy you're talking about. That's why I'm laughing so hard. He usually drives around with his music, blaring Van Halen music. I think it's like Sammy Van Hagar, or I can't remember what he's called. He's a character.
He sure is. But I never ran with my life.
Shit, huh? Gave you
I
shit.
laughed at him. I laughed. I wasn't even mad. I mean, because Johnson was there, and I'm kind of like, this is power, whatever,
Oh, I love it.
And then he goes, Maple Leafs, blah, blah. I said, shut the I felt like saying, are you kidding? And I just said, you got a visor on so your eyes don't get poked, and we're near the blueberries. What are you doing? And he just moved on, and he blasted his music. And it was it for him. I know. So there he is. He's a Trubisky fan. That guy.
How did you not take a fucking picture of this guy?
And that's why I was so mad. So I wanted to put him up on here. Dude,
we would have I had to make him my background.
Yeah. I'll find him again, I'm sure, because that's my luck.
Start by the blueberries.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right. Let's get to fantasy football real fast. I know of course we go. Wide receiver preview, Scott.
Sorry, I'm still.
Does that guy go to games? I wonder. Is he one of those people?
No,
is he one of those?
No, he's a lunatic, dude. He'd probably go to no football games.
Like that other lunatic who dresses up like Elvis, and he's got the guitar and
Sammy Van Hagar's been around a long time, though, dude. I don't know if that's his name, but he has been around a long time. This whole shtick, long time. I've never seen him with a fucking helmet on, though, with a visor by a blueberry. Can't say that.
Real strong. I mean, that was a real helmet with a real, he was.
Can I ask what Foreigner song was playing? Was it old Foreigner? Was it new? Was it like Jukebox?
It was old. It was old. Oh my God, Robin, give me one. Give me this. Give me something. Give me a Foreigner song.
Jukebox Hero?
That's it.
She just said it. Of course.
Feels like the first time.
Hero. Yes, of course.
Yep, that was it. That was the song. And he was. And when I said to him, "You got a fucking thing on your eyes, so you don't get your eyes poked," he put it up louder, so he didn't hear me no more. So he won. And people it was so fucking ridiculous. He wins.
I totally know what you're talking about, dude. I can't believe he did all this.
Yeah. Yep. I never said a word because I didn't know him personally.
But I don't know him personally, but I know who exactly you're talking about. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. He's the
problem. Somebody's got to hit record on a cell phone at some point.
I know.
Shit like this happens.
I know because I would put it on. I know. All right. Why? Wide receivers. We're going to go point per reception on our wide receivers. My number one is Justin Jefferson.
Okay, hold on here.
Tell me how you feel about him.
Oh, it's got to be definitely Justin Jefferson. There's no doubt.
And then Cooper Kupp too.
Cooper Kupp absolutely number two because he's going to get without Odell there. He's going to get leaned on even harder.
Yeah, he's going to have a hell of a
then again, but they got what you call it from you guys. So
Allen Robinson will be fine.
Allen Robinson is going to probably. But here's where this creeps in. What about Stafford's elbow?
Well, yeah. If he's not what he says he is.
Kupp on any other year would be a number two. I got to drop him. I'm going to say I'm going to move Jamar Chase up to number two for me, and I'm going to drop Kupp to three because of that.
Right. And I had Jamar Chase at 3, so okay, I get that.
Nothing against Kupp, it's just the situation that he's in.
I put Diggs at 4 and Adams at 5.
Diggs has got to be 4. Actually,
Adams is going to be close.
I might put Adams at 4 and Diggs at 5.
Yeah.
Because I think Adams is going to get that ball constantly, just due to his relationship with Carr.
And I think then, at that point, there's a cutoff. Because after those 5, I think then you're headed to I don't know, you got Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb. Mike Evans,
I got to worry about that hamstring, dude. Is that going to be a nagging injury now all year? See, now Mike Evans, I got him a sliding scale with him.
Right.
Nor any other day, he'd be there. That would be my next pick. Would be Mike Evans.
Deebo Samuel,
but passes.
Right.
Then I got CeeDee Lamb around there.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill are about in the same area for me.
Yeah.
Tyreek, because I know Tyreek's going to get it, targeted a lot. But because of the way he plays, I wonder how many passes are going to be misthrown.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he kind of does go off and do his thing. And I'm sure they're going to let him do that because that's what he did in Kansas City. That's what he said he did all the time.
Right.
He'd run the route, but then he would just do his thing, which would most happen more often than not. Break down a coverage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have to see Tua for a full season with him for me to have Tyreek that high.
What about Keenan Allen? Do you like him?
I love Keenan Allen. He's always top 10.
Yeah, always. He's got to be in there.
Always. He's money. He's not real shy. He's not the shiny object in the room, but he always puts up numbers, dude.
Yeah, I like him. He's kind of like Allen Robinson on a good team. If Stafford's okay, is going to do well. He's going to
have a great year this year.
He is too. Yeah, Mike Williams maybe
with another year under his belt. Dude.
Yeah,
he's the one. He's a scary quarterback, dude.
I really, really like. I still AJ Brown and that group over there with Devon Smith with Philadelphia. Those guys.
I think AJ Brown's going to move a lot higher in the whole fantasy realm this year due to the fact that he's where he wants to be. I'm going to say he's probably happy.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that whole deal over there is. I think he's going to see a lot of catches this year.
Michael Pittman maybe with Indy, he could be a sleeper with Matt Ryan now.
He's got to be.
Yeah, he's got to be, right? Yeah.
He's got to be. They really don't have any wide receivers over there. You got aging T.Y. Hilton. It's got to be. Got to be.
And you got that other guy.
I don't know. I wonder how much I think they're going to probably throw the ball more this year than they did with Wentz, obviously, due to having a better quarterback.
You know who could be good is Paris Campbell if he could stay healthy. If he could just stay healthy,
yeah, that's his problem.
He could be good. DK Metcalf, I feel bad. He's not.
What about
I don't know.
Samuel?
Oh, I know. That's another right.
Trey Lance, how has Trey Lance looked in the? Have you seen anything about him in the preseason at all? Training? I mean, not preseason, but minicamp or anything. I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard glowing praises about him.
Yeah, nothing.
But I mean, it's minicamp, so I'm gonna have to watch preseason. When do they play? Today or tomorrow?
Tonight at 8:30.
I'm gonna have to watch some of it then. Is he start? Does he play? Do you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
A few more. Amari Cooper. We don't know who's the quarterback, so that's a hard one.
I like DJ Moore.
Yes, I always like
Baker Mayfield, dude. He's gonna catch some passes. He's gonna. I think he's gonna put up some points this year.
There was another guy.
Carolina guys are gonna benefit with Baker being there.
Someone who's very healthy, but he's old. But he's healthy, so he looks good. Is Michael Thomas from New Orleans?
I heard Michael Thomas looks like a beast.
So that's interesting for him. And with
Winston all year last year, right? Almost a whole year.
Yeah, maybe a year and a half even.
Yeah,
I think it was a year and a half.
There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys I got right in about the same area that I would be happy with taking any of them in that. Like say I was number 10, I got like 8 guys that I could interchange at number 10 that I got all grouped together.
Me too. That's kind of how I got it. I like Brandon Ayuk could be good. They say he's
Waddle. I can't have
another one. Yeah,
I don't have him up high though because how much is Tyreek Hill going to eat into that? They also got Secchi there, dude, who catches a lot of passes.
That's good. Yeah, right.
You know, if you're not having a good day, the tight end's the quarterback's dream. So I got to wonder how much Tua will turn into a dump-off guy. I don't know. See, Tua, there's so many questions with him. I can't even really – until he's got a full solid season under him, I can't say – it's just guessing.
And that's why Pittsburgh, in a lot of ways, with Deontay Johnson, and I love Claypool, but I don't know what to expect.
A lot of teams I'm guessing with. I'm guessing with Chicago.
No, they don't even.
49ers. Yeah, but who knows, dude? He might turn out to you.
Oh, I think Fields
is going to happen, John. But
I think Fields is going to be good. I just don't know what receiver, unless it's Velvis Jones. I love Mooney. That's what I'm hoping when they save all this money and they have the most.
He's good. Is he going to be good on Chicago or somewhere else?
Who's that? Mooney?
Fields. How long before they start calling to get rid of him?
Well, that'll
probably
be interesting.
If he doesn't show progress this year, they're not going to want. He's going to be out.
Well, that'll be interesting. They'll have money, I guess, to bring someone else because they're going to have more than Jacksonville last year had. So they're going to have enough to almost.
Are they right up against the cap right now? How
the Bears?
Possibly
No.
Then why haven't they spent any goddamn money?
No, they don't. They're not. That's what I'm saying. Next offseason, they're going to have probably the most, I bet you, money to spend on free agents of all time. I think they're going to surpass Jacksonville.
Yeah, dude, they might do detrimental damage to their quarterback to the point where they're going to have to move on and use their first pick on a QB.
I don't know. I like what they did with the offensive line has been made better. There's no doubt the offensive line. They have 3 actual real offensive linemen. One played for the Bengals, Riley Reif. The other guy played for the Chargers. Geez, I'm forgetting his name. Schofield. And their center, Lucas Patrick, was a Packer. He's good. Now that's big for them. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna. I don't know what is the progression. See, that's the other thing too. I don't know what is the next step for him.
You got the hiccup with different coaches. So does that buy him more time,
year 1 again,
or does that affect him?
This should be year 1 all over again, and almost sort of speak.
That's what I mean. Well, they hold it against. Are they going to hold it? Does the owner hold it against him?
Well,
there's some situations where sometimes they don't hold it against.
Find out.
Sometimes they do hold it against him.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out as the season goes on if the general manager pulls. We'll find out. You know what I mean? We'll see.
I'm going to keep my eye on Chicago.
You'll be able to hear. I think. I don't understand why he wouldn't be.
I'm really curious about how this is going to pan
Lamar
out.
Jackson. I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't be as good as Lamar Jackson or as good as guys like that. Because
are they going to unleash him, or are they going to hold? Are they type?
I watched him last year.
That they got. Are they going to let him play his game?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds that way. I mean, I don't know what's good, but that's what that makes it sound as though they're going to.
Are they going to make it plays that work to his strengths?
They claim
he's a runner. Then obviously.
Well, yeah, that was that game against San Francisco last year. I mean, he won the game. He ran. It was a 35-yard touchdown run. He wins they won it. He wins, and then they gave up a touchdown in the last minute to blow it. I mean, so I seen enough last year that tells me there's something there. I mean, there's something there. When I watched, I think he's better than Trey Lance. I think he's better than him as far as the rookies go. I really do. I think he's a better quarterback than him. I don't know. But although I'm jaded because I watched him with Ohio State, I watched him play there, and he was unbelievable. But that doesn't mean anything in the NFL, like we talked about earlier. What's it matter? Yeah. It don't really matter. I'm pretty happy with what they've done. I think only someone who, and I'm not saying this to be a smart ass, but anyone who's been watching them as long as me kind of gets what has to happen here.
Don't you think they should have added a veteran wideout?
I just don't even know who that would have been. Like who?
Well, you had a lot of options out there, dude.
I don't know who though. Like who? I mean, I don't know. Like I'm thinking, like who? I don't even know who that would have been.
I mean, I'd have to go back and look at.
Me too, and I did. And I don't want Julio Jones. There's no reason to have him.
No, not a Julio Jones. But Jesus Christ, even try to maybe trade for somebody or somebody that as soon as you hear something, as soon as you hear a little bit of animosity between the team and the player, jump on it. You know what I mean? Like Buffalo does it all the time. And I only say that uses Stephon Diggs as a example. As soon as he saw that tweet between Bean said, contact Minnesota.
Well,
you know what I mean, you got to be on top of shit when guys are unhappy elsewhere. And
him and the wide receiver Mooney had a pretty good connection last year. Obviously, he's not. We don't know what he's going to be. Yes, I wish they could have done that.
Was there anything about them working together in the offseason or anything like that?
They've said all the
encouraging shit.
Scott, they've said all the right things. They've said all the right things to me.
But have they done anything? Have they? It hasn't been put out there. If they met and worked on routes and shit.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. I watch all the videos. I've seen it. They put them out. I've seen it all. He's looked good. He's looked good in their own camp. It's going to be interesting tomorrow against the Chiefs. How he does.
I'm gonna watch. I want to see what he does.
NFL Network at 1:00. Right?
Are they going to start him?
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing. Okay.
He's playing. Yeah.
A lot of teams are playing quarterbacks this week. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I think a lot of these teams should. Some of these guys should play. I mean, not Josh Allen, not those guys, but I'm talking these guys like this need to play a little.
Baker Mayfield should play.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's got to play. I mean, but I don't need Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Does he? Today.
Does Deshaun really? Do you think that he?
Well,
he's going to make this very long. I'd be dedicating most of the time to getting the rhythm going between the guys that's going to be playing. Well, and again, you don't want him to get hurt either.
Right.
I know got a situation there.
It's a mess. All right. We better go.
I know our show's turning into an hour and a half almost.
It's all right. That's the way it's going to be. You know what? Tomorrow, though.
I could do this all night.
Me too. Tomorrow, though. Big news for Falls Count Anywhere with Chris DiCarlo and Charlie Turner. One of the biggest guests they've had, Nikita Koloff, will be with them. And
you've been mentioning this, I believe.
Yep, this is tomorrow. Yeah,
so that's awesome. Good for
Nikita Koloff will be there, and we're trying to see about Lex Luger because he's a Buffalo guy. He's right here in Orchard Park.
Yeah, so, is he still living here?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, yep, he's still here. And
what a shame! Anyway. That's a horrible story, but
yeah, Nikita Koloff though.
Oh, by the way, people listening, I don't know if you heard me at the beginning of the show. I have 2 tickets, great seats to the Bills game tomorrow. If you want them, I need someone to either contact the show, John or myself, so I can transfer the tickets to you. I'm not charging anybody for these tickets. You can have them. I paid for them, but I can't go. And I don't want them to go to waste. I wish someone would take a kid because it's a perfect environment for a child. Preseason, there's not a lot of craziness going on. So if someone wants them, message me and let me know.
One real comment on the NFL, and this is a bad time to bring it up. I hate how much they charge for preseason games. They should be ashamed.
I didn't pay that much.
No, you didn't, but I know what I mean.
I bought them from an individual. I paid I think $20 bucks, almost about $25 a piece for this.
And they charge full price. They charge like it's a regular. They should be ashamed how much they charge. But anyway, whatever. All right, we'll be back next week. A lot of football to watch. By the way, too, Yankees Red Sox right now at Fenway Park. If you want to watch some baseball.
Wonderful.
All right, man. Take it easy, Scott. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Take it easy. Bye.